I saved about $600 on flights by taking the Brightline train from Orlando to Miami after my cruise. Stay tuned to see how my trip was. Hi, all, it's your friend, the Traveling Sag, and welcome back to my channel. So, today we are taking a train from Orlando, Florida to Miami, Florida. And this was an alternative for me because the flights from Orlando back to New York were just too expensive. So, I decided to just take a trip on the train. Brightline is a fast paced train where you skip all the traffic that you can encounter driving down to Miami, and it was just a better option for me, and I saved a lot of money. If you can go back and look, let me go back, and you can see I just lucked out and had all four of us for a ticket for $169 in premium. And like I said, you guys know I love to bargain shop. I'm always checking back. So whenever you book a cruise, anything you book, always go back and check the prices, right? I live by this. This is one of my top advice when traveling. So for some reason, I don't know if I just happened to come across some kind of sale that day, but I got four tickets, me and my three children, for $169 in premium class. And we will see how it looks. I think if I had paid full price, it would have been triple the cost, I believe. But again, I went back and kept checking. And so what I did was I had canceled my other tickets, which were around the same price in regular, I guess, coach class, I guess it's called a Brightline. And I rebooked it at the premium because why not? Premium is always better, in my opinion. So anyhow, so this is the Brightline station. I believe the station is newer. I had never heard of it up until maybe a couple of years ago. And this video is from 2024. And so this is like the general lobby area. There's a bar, the Mary bar right behind there. And yeah, it is just so clean, just so sleek. And it looks beautiful. I love it. So you can sit here. I believe this is where the general or coach class would just sit and hang out for a bit. So right before your trip, you can have a drink, watch some TV. I didn't know what was playing up there. Maybe sports or some daytime talk. This was early in the morning, and again, I just Ubered over to this area from our cruise from the Orlando cruise port. So now this is the premium lounge area. And I had the tickets, they're all like QR codes on your phone. And so you have to scan your code to gain access to this area. And then voila, you enter. And there's the train times. Everything was free in there. They had like hors d'oeuvres, some breakfast, some drinks. It was amazing. Just you're just pampered. There were some alcoholic drinks in there as well. Comfortable chairs to sit at. Yeah, and you can see here how it's separated from the main area. And let me see, I am going to mosey on down to the provisions area. They have like draft beer, just plenty of outlets. Plenty of outlets. This is the breakfast area. They had fruit salad, some cold cuts. I think that was they had some kind of egg frittata or something, or, yep, some boiled eggs, bacon, just, regular breakfast fare. But again, it's all included in that the premium trip sorry, the premium trip cost. So it's all included. And I believe again, it's an on-demand bar. It's like a self-serving bar. Is that called draft? I don't really drink beer, but yeah, self-serving. There's coffee on the other side. Just marvelous. Some uh fruited water, which I had a lot of different things, yogurts and bagels. All of this is included in your premium fare. And that's another entry point. I believe you can enter, this is the other side of the premium area, so there's two entry points. Again, enough outlets, a place to work if you need to. Just the view is just spectacular. Oh, and it was just a beautiful day. I just love Florida, y'all. I love it. Enough outlets. So this is on the actual train, right? And you get more meals. They just gave us lunch. Again, this is all included. I did not pay for this. They come around and serve. They take your order, what you would like. The kids had a blast, and I believe this ride took between 3 and 4 hours, and we didn't feel it. Again, there were outlets at our seats. The kids, they loved the ride. They did not, we weren't bored, right? It actually went by quick, and they had their phones. My little one had her little coloring book, and just a pleasant ride. 10 out of 10. There's nothing bad I can say about this. Everything was clean. The bathrooms were clean, and I am a stickler for public restrooms. I get really anxious with using public restrooms, and I had no problems. Look at it, it's a motorized door. Everything is clean. So, yeah. So this area, I believe, this is the main area, I believe, or coach, I want to say. I know I did take a tour of the premium section and the coach section. So let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is the premium. This is how you enter the premium. They have a luggage storage. I'm blocking people's way. So that is it, you guys. That was my trip from Orlando to Miami, Florida on the Brightline train. I have no bad reviews. I believe it's a 10 out of 10. The only thing I would say, what would I say? The only thing is that it just extends your travel day longer, but I don't mind. Again, this was spring break. I'm not working the next day. So if I'm going to save a few $100s just to tack on, a couple of extra hours on my day, I don't mind. Bring it on. And I believe we got home probably around 10, 11 p.m. back to New York, which is fine by me. And I believe taking the Brightline train premium combined with the flight price for all three of my kids and I think it was still less. It was far less than the tickets I would have paid by taking the flights from Orlando, because when you get off of cruises, sometimes, it's demand. And a lot of people are flying home. I see this from time to time, especially flying back to New York, because us New Yorkers, we have to fly to our cruise destination. So because everyone's flying back, that pushes the flights up, right? And so I believe the flight prices, if I can remember correctly, they were well over $1,000, maybe $1,200 for all four of us traveling. And the Brightline, including with the flights from Miami, I believe were just a few $100s. And you know me, the traveling Sag, I love a deal. I love to save money on my vacations, and I love a deal, especially traveling with 3 children. So let me know what you guys think. Would you have done this, or would you have just forked over maybe the $1,200-$1,300? Again, some people, time is of the essence. People don't like to wait around, and they would fork it over. If time were of the essence for me, and I had to work the next day, I probably would have paid it. I wouldn't have been happy about it. I would have paid it. I've done so in the past where I needed to get back home. I have done it. Delayed flights, and I had to rebook and reschedule. When I've been stranded before, I have had to pay that much. But if, again, we're on vacation and we love Florida, I love Miami, and it's a pleasant experience like Brightline was, then I don't mind. And you get to save about $600 or so be it. I would totally do it. So let me know what you guys think. Would you take the Brightline? This is just a fantastic option. Even if you're in Orlando, and there's Florida, there's so many different parts. Central Florida, there's so much to do if you're like going to Universal or Disney World. And then you need to, go down to Miami for your other leg of your vacation. I think this is an excellent option. And I think from now on, as long as I have time, I'll take the Brightline down to Miami. All right, let me know what you guys think. And remember to live life one trip at a time. See ya.